I have almost kind of dreaded doing this just because I don't really show a lot of people my account, because let's just say I've made some questionable financial decisions. As many of us do in this game, this godforsaken game. What's up, y'all? My name is Obsidian, your favorite Latin gamer, and oh god, today we are going to be going through my Genshin Impact account of almost 4 years. My account turns for like literally in a couple weeks, which is kind of crazy. I don't know what that says about me. I've been kind of like one of those OG veteran players that's like, back in my day, we didn't have like, I don't even know. We didn't have 160 resin. Like I am a veteran player, which is like kind of nuts. So obviously this is my very first video on my YouTube channel. After watching this video, you decide that you vibe with me or you like anything that I said, please consider subscribing and liking. It really means a lot to me and would kind of tell me that you actually like this and that people are actually watching this and I'm not staring off into the void and talking to myself for 30 minutes. Anyway, but seriously, I would really appreciate you considering subscribing and liking. And if you're watching this, comment your favorite character. I'd love to see what all of y'all's favorite character from Genshin Impact is. So let's get right into it. This is my account. I have been playing, like I said, for pretty much almost 4 years. I started a couple, like I think a month or 2 or 3 months after the game started. Let me show you my profile. I don't have anything scripted or anything planned on how I want to do this, but I guess I'll just show you my profile. I am AR 60, world level 9, and these are my achievements. 708. I have 41 characters at maximum friendship level. So my computer crashed and I lost like 15 minutes of footage, but that is okay. Pokies, that is okay. We'll just do that all over. I think I was right here. 41 characters at max level of friendship, and then I have Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theater fully complete. And these are the characters that I have showcased. These are some of my favorite characters. As you can see, we'll get into this later, but you will see the horrible financial decisions I've made in this game. Yeah. So next we have the name cards. I love like doing like the gradient I see people do with their name cards showcase. I think it's really pretty. So these are the name cards that I have showcased. And my signature says Nouvellette, get over here, because he is one of my most wanted characters, like by far. Like I need him on my account. Like it's not an if and but, like, or want on my character. Like it's a need, like a primal need for this character. But yeah, let's get into the achievements. I don't have that many achievements just because I like doing it organically. I like just getting them as they happen. Like if I'm doing a world quest or I'm defeating a boss or something, I just want to get it like organically. I sound like a granola mom. Like, can I get that organic, please? But yeah, I want it organically get achievements. I know like down the line I'll probably like go hunt for them, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. So next, let's just go into the character archives. So I started playing on December 29th, 2020, which is literally a couple weeks away. So that's crazy that I've been playing for like 4 years. It's literally nuts. I don't know what that says about me or my character, but it's okay. I love this game. I've had like a on and off relationship with Genshin, where like sometimes I have horrible burnout and I don't play for months at a time, but I'm at a good place right now. Like I thoroughly enjoy playing the game again. So yeah, I just checked the last clip and my VTuber model was literally like asleep, so I fixed that really quick. He was just a little bit sleepy, that's all. But where was I? Okay, so for characters, I have pretty much all of the 4 stars. I have all of the standard 5-star characters. I actually have Mona and Kuching at C6, which is crazy. That's how many times I've lost the 50-50. And then I think it'll just be easier to say what characters I don't have. So I don't have Klee. She's really cute. I do love her. Like, she's just so cute. I just can't get past her playstyle. I've tried it a couple times and I do not like it at all. Child's one of those characters where I've just been putting off getting him, and he hasn't reran in so long. It's one of those characters where I'm like, I'll eventually get him. Albedo, you'll see this trend. I do not have a lot of Geo characters. I don't know what it is about Geo, but I'm not the biggest fan of Geo characters. I like Albedo. I just wouldn't pull for him, if that makes sense. Same for Ito. Oh god, the Ito stands are gonna come for me. But I do like some parts of Ito. I'm just not the biggest fan of him. I'll just say that. He's an okay character. He's cool. I like his the Red Horn Stone Thresher a lot. I have a lot of the Inazuma and Mondstadt characters, and his like one of my proudest achievements. But I have every character from Sumeru. I really loved Sumeru, and I have all of the characters from there. But it was actually towards the end of Sumeru and the beginning of Fontaine where I started to get a lot of burnout from Genshin. So that's why I have all the characters from Sumeru and then not a lot of them from Fontaine. So yeah, I'm missing Baiju, Linny, Nervalette, Navia, Chiori, Arlecchino, Sijuin, Emily. So yeah, a lot of them. And then I missed out on Mulani and Kinich. I lost a 50-50 on Mulani and I just saved it for Shilonen. And I don't want Chaska, unfortunately. I just can't get past that like one leg thing that she's got going on. I'm sorry. And then I just got Ororon. He's pretty cool. I like him in Electrocharged. Not the biggest fan of his design, but it's okay. And then I love Shilonen. Like, love down, boots down. Love her so much. Some of my favorites, which we'll get into right now. Definitely Yelan. Very big on Yelan. Love Yelan. Also love Yai. Love Yai. I know a lot of people clown on her, but like I'm a ride or die Yai stan. Like love Yai. Love Yelan. You'll see this like reoccurring theme where I love like bossy, sly, like baddie characters. You'll see that a lot. I guess let's go through inventory. So for inventory, I don't know if anyone cares about furnishings. I have like some of the event furnishings and that's pretty much it. I remember this one, like the Dragon Spine one and some of the other ones. These are my precious items. I have all of the Animoculi from Mondstadt and all the Geoculi from Liyue, but I don't have all of them from any other of the nations. These are my billets. I have all of the birthday cakes except for the one from Mondstadt, like when the game launched, because unfortunately I started playing after my birthday. So that means that I couldn't get it, unfortunately. And then this Shout lantern like is one of my like all-time like biggest flexes on my account, just because like it was one of those limited time events from the very first lantern rite. Like I still remember that. Like the first lantern rite was iconic, honestly, with Xiao and Hu Tao and all of that. And then these are my fragile resin. I kind of just use them as they come by. I'm not really a resin hoarder. Like it's one of those things, like I think of it as like it's gonna get used like eventually. Like if I don't use it now, I'm gonna use it later. That's a horrible way to think about saving and investing. I'm dead. Star glitter, all this stuff. I have 64 wishes right now. I'm saving for Nouvellette right now. I only have one of these because I just used so many to craft 2 on-set Hydra damage goblet on Maréchaussée Hunter, and they rolled horribly. So this thing is kind of a scam, but it's okay. These are my quest items. I don't know if I have anything like noteworthy in here. These are my gadgets. I have a lot of like the event like pets and stuff like that. I have this one from the very first one. I have the one from Inazuma, the one from Sumeru, the one from Fontaine. I have Endora. I love having Endora. This is like one of those like things where like I don't know what I would do without it. I love Endora. It's so cute. Love Endora. This is from that one event with Child and Xinyan and all of them. This is from the anniversary. Yeah, these are my billets that I have right now, and like my local specialties and stuff like that. Ingredients: wood, fish bait. These are my food items. I love cooking. I cook like a decent amount. Like I don't cook a lot. I just love cooking when I get bored in Genshin. These are my mats. I'm kind of running low on the newer ones just because I use them a lot. And then yeah, these are my other boss materials, my gems, my books. Currently farming for Nouvellette because he's coming home, like no ifs, ands, or buts, like I said. And then these are my crowns. I've crowned a lot of characters. So there was at one point I had like 40, and then like I'm down to 12 right now. So probably will be triple crowning Nouvellette very soon. So these are my artifacts. I know it looks like I don't have that many, like 364, but like these are all level 20. Like all of them are level 20. I'm not one of those players that like kind of hoards defense main stat with like double crit. Like I don't, like I'll roll it in that second, and if it doesn't roll good, I'll literally just toss it to the strong box, honestly. Like I don't know, that's just me. Like I just don't feel the need to kind of like hold on to those pieces. But yeah, like all of these are level 20 artifacts. So yeah, I'll get into like some of the crazy, like some of my best artifacts on my account like a little bit later. And these are my weapons. As you can see, I am a dirty weapon banner player. Like I get a kick out of like getting the matching weapon for the character, which I know is horrible. And I was playing back when we didn't even have Epitomized Path. Back in my day, we didn't have Epitomized Path, okay? We just doing it raw with the weapon banner. Like literally just, I genuinely can't like believe that there was a time where you could get like 50 weapons without getting the weapon that you want. I mean, that's kind of what happened with me with Wolf's Gravestone. Like back when Hu Tao, very first Hu Tao banner, her very first weapon banner was Staff of Homa and Wolf's Gravestone. And at the time I was a Beidou main. So it was my mission to get Wolf's Gravestone. And I got 2 Staff of Homas, like 1 Jade Wing Spear before I ever got Wolf's Gravestone. And I was so stupid at the time that I was like, oh, like I don't even need 2 Staff of Homas. Like I'll just refine it. That was the dumbest mistake. Decision. I'm dead. The dumbest mistake I had ever made, because I needed one afterwards. So that's why, yeah, I have 2. So I also have like a lot of 4-star weapons, more than I know what to do with. There will never be a lifetime or a timeline where I will ever need this many 4-star weapons. Like I have like 20 Fav swords. Like I just don't need all of them. But yeah, it just happens. I just accumulate all of them like after wishing for such a long time. Like look at all these rusts. I will never use rust in my entire life. Like literally in my entire life. Like this is like I think 24 rusts. Like it's getting out of hand now.
No, because it's getting out of hand now.
So yeah, these are my weapons. I love just putting on like weapons that look pretty or fit like the character. I'm sorry, but like the fuck do I look like putting an ugly weapon like on my favorite character? I'm sorry. That is a horrible, horrible way to think. Nobody else think like that. I just like spoiling my characters with their signature weapons. Let's get into the characters. Let's start off Yelan. I love her. I love her so much. Look at her. She's a gambling baddie, like just like me, for real. I'm dead. Anyway, she has Aqua Simulacra. I have her signature. She has 37k HP. She has 75 crit rate, 270 crit damage, and 170 for recharge. She is probably one of my best built characters. I have a lot of really well built characters, and she's definitely up there. She has 4 emblem. I've tried different sets on her because, spoiler warning, I do have C6. I have tried like two pieces with like HP, like charge attack, because at C6 you get infusion, but I just always go back to emblem just because I love the energy recharge, like having her burst ready on cooldown. I just can't not go with that. And then I have obviously Triple Crown because she is one of my favorite characters. And yeah, that's my Yelan. I love her very much. I know a lot of people clown her because like the way she looks, her haircut, but like look at her. I don't care if you call it like a fuck ass bob, like you could never make me hate her. Anyway, the reason why I think I love her so much is because before we had Shen Yun, she was like the character that reminded me most of Bayonetta, which I love Bayonetta. I guess we'll just go from like left to right with my characters. This is my Farina. I love Farina too. She's really cool. She has 35 k HP. She is overcapped on crit currently just because I have Jade Cutter on her, which just gives her an abnormally amount of crit rate. So I am capped out on it, and all of her artifacts just have a crap ton of crit rate on it. So these are the artifacts that I have on her. Really good flower, pretty good feather, good timepiece. I switch out between energy recharge and HP, but I usually have energy recharge because her burst is way more important than like her personal damage. And then this Hydra damage goblet, which is on set, which is pretty good, honestly. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and then this HP circlet with crit rate and crit damage, which I thought was really good. She is unfortunately C0. I would maybe like to get her C2 one day, just because I've heard that it just is a game changer, and I do notice right now that like her fanfare stack generation is a little bit hard to get if you don't have like a very strong healer on your team, which kind of like restricts your team, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. So I have her burst crowned skill at level 8. That is my Farina. Next is my Shilonen. I love Shilonen so much. She's sick. She has 34k defense. She obviously doesn't have like crit damage because she doesn't need it, and she has 225 energy recharge. She has her signature weapon, and her artifacts are literally just standard. Like you just need defense and energy recharge on her. Like that's it. I have energy recharge, defense on her main stats. She is C0. I considered for a very brief moment to get her C2, and I was like, girl. Anyways, like I was saying, I didn't end up getting it. And then I have her skill crowned. Next is Kazuha. I skipped Kazuha. I was one of those original skippers of Kazuha, and I was just like, I don't need him, it's fine. And then like this was like during, I don't think like a lot of y'all understand, like this was during the meta, like where Kazuha like obliterated anything. Before we had Farina, before we had Shilonen, before we had any of that, like Kazuha was like it. Like if you don't have Kazuha, you were kind of screwed, like for real. And so yeah, I didn't get him on his first banner, so by the time his reran came, like I was all in. I was like, hand him over to me immediately. So this is my build. I have 200, almost 200 energy recharge with a little bit of crit rate and crit damage, not that much, and then obviously 945 EM. This is my biggest flex. This is honestly one of the biggest flexes on my account, that I have an R5 Zyphos Moonlight. I'm gonna say it right here. I don't care if you get mad at me. It's better than a signature. It is better than a signature because you just need ER way more than whatever Freedom Sworn could give you, and that is my hot take of the day. And not only do I have a like R5, I actually technically have R8 technically. I got extremely lucky with pulling Zyphos Moonlight on the previous banner. I think it was on Nilu's and Navia's weapon banner. So, and I pulled on that weapon banner. And then I just regular Viridescent banner, and then EM. And then Constellation 0, and then 9, 10, 10 for the talents. Next is Mr. Wriothesley. Like literally the man, the reason why I don't have Nouvellette on my account like is Wriothesley. I love Wriothesley. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. He has 2k attack, 21 EM. It's kind of bad honestly. 63 crit rate to 243 crit damage, and he doesn't have any ER. I don't really use this burst that often, so it's okay. And then obviously cry damage bonus from the goblet, and then I have his signature because like look at him, like love him so much. And then obviously for piece Maréchaussée, really good feather, really good or flower, really good flower, really good feather, really good timepiece. I don't have that many good goblets, cryo goblets. Like it's really bad. Like you'd think I had something better after 4 years, but this is the best that I got. But honestly, he already has too much crit rate, so I just tried to stack as much damage as I could. And then this is Circlet. And then he is C1 because I did have him like C0 for a time, and then C1 genuinely it's shitty thing for like Hoyoverse to do to fix all of his problems with C1. C0 versus C1 is night and day, and I wouldn't want to play him without it. I'm so sorry. If you are like a Wriothesley lover and main and you play him a lot, I very highly suggest maybe saving and maybe getting his C1, just because it is a very big quality of life change that I can feel, at least for me. You can try it out if you want. And then he is 10 10 7. So yeah, that is my Wriothesley. Okay, next after Wriothesley we have my Chlorand. Chlorand was the first character that I pulled after my break from Genshin. It was her banner like right after Arlecchino. I also missed Arlecchino. Like I missed out, like during my break, I missed out on Nouvellette and Arlecchino, literally the two best DPS characters in the game, and I want them both. Like I love both of their characters. But when I came back, it was Chlorand's banner, and I ended up getting her because I really did want her. Like I love her like fencing like motif, and her like her hat, like look at that, like so good. So she has 2k attack, 79 EM, 60 crit rate, and 235 crit damage. I know she gets some crit rate through her kit, so that's why it's only at 60. She has Absolution. I did get her signature weapon for her. And then she is on the Whimsy set. I don't think it's that great. I don't think her artifacts are that great, I think. But this is her flower. It's okay. I mean, she uses all of these stats, so it's not that bad. This is a really good feather. Really good feather. Not that great of a timepiece, honestly. And then an okay goblet, really not the best. And then not really that good of a circlet either. So yeah, her build could definitely be better, but even at this level of investment, she does so much damage. Her skill is at 9. Yeah, so levels is 1, 9, 6. Next is my like tied up there for one of my favorite characters, motherfucking Miko. Like, make some noise for her. Like, I thoroughly enjoy her character so much, and some people clown on her. Some people are like, she has no character, like she's just annoying throughout the Inazuma quest. I beg to differ. I love her. She's just so elegant and mystical, and she has attitude. She will scam you out of everything you own, and I love that personally. So she almost has 2k attack, 80 EM. She has a 71 crit rate to 247.5 crit damage and 116 recharge. And obviously I had to get her signature weapon, so yeah. And then I also have her unyielded, and she is also C6. She is the second limited character C6 that I ever got after Yelan. The first time I saved up so much, so much during her first banner. Like throughout Inazuma, I saved so much for her banner, and then her pulls were literally one of the worst pulling sessions I had ever done. Like literally lost all of my 50/50s and gone to pity for all of them. Like it was so demoralizing when I literally like did so much prepping for this character and saving. So I ended up with her R1 C2, and then during her second rerun, because during her first rerun I didn't get anything, but her second rerun, I just did like 110 pull on like the banner, and I got her C3. And the same thing with Yelan, I ended up getting her C3, and I was like, I'm already halfway there, like let me just get all of them. Luckily it was so crazy because getting the first two constellations are always the worst. Like you always get your worst luck getting the first two constellations, and then the rest are like okay, at least in my experience. And she's obviously triple crowned, and yeah, I usually play her in an aggravate team with Dendro, just because that is what does the most damage for me and what I enjoy playing with her. So next up is Zhongli. It's really not that special, like 50k HP, like not that much crit rate, crit damage, a little bit ER. He's a shield bot. He is just that, just a shield bot. He has black tassel and 4-piece tenacity, and that's pretty much it. He is 697. So next is Shan Yun. She has a 3.1k attack, a little bit of crit rate and damage, and 116 ER, which seems low, but I do have her on R5 Oathsworn Eye, which gives a lot of ER. So I currently have her on like this weird build just because I play her with Xiao, and he doesn't really need Viridescent. I mean, if you run him with Farina, like yeah, Viridescent can be good, but I'm just trying to like buff her buffs as much as I can. So this is the set I have on her. Oh, why do I have that filtered? I'm dead. The game will literally tell me, what the hell are you doing? Put her on Viridescent. But yeah, this is the artifacts that I have on her. She's C0 and 268 for her talents. Next is my Wanderer. I called him Fujin just because, you know, Raiden, Fujin, the whole lore behind their characters. I thought it'd be cool to do that. I know it's a little bit basic. I know so many people like also call him Fujin, but I thought it was cool. And then so he has 2k attack and 119 EM, 90 crit rate and 175 crit damage with a little bit, like honestly none. Okay, Wonder. Like no energy recharge, and yeah. He has R2 Lost Prayers, and he is on Desert Pavilion. So his artifacts are really not good. Like this is like an okay flower, not a good sands at all. An okay, not even okay. It's like whatever. Goblet and an O, not even okay. Like it's whatever. Circlet. But he does have, I think he might have the best artifact on my account, one of the best artifacts on my account, which is this feather. 5.8 attack, 14 crit damage, 17.5 crit rate. That is insanity, like insane. I think I still remember when I pulled this. Yeah, this is a 49 crit value piece, almost 50. I think it's the closest one that I have to 50, which is literally nuts. So even though his artifacts aren't that bad, that's why like it like balances out with the crazy feather that he has. He has obviously Z0 and 896. So for my Xiao, I've rebuilt him a couple times. He also like suffers the same thing that Wanderer does, where his artifacts are not that great, but he has 2.3k attack, 77 crit rate, and 175 crit damage with no energy recharge. This is the biggest thing that like I need to fix. Like Xiao without energy recharge is miserable to play, so miserable. And yeah, he has an R5, almost R5 Jadewing Spear. It's only at R4 right now, and if I really wanted to, I have another one, but like I'll just save it, you know, like there inevitably I'll get another Jadewing Spear along the line, you know, and then I'll finally get an R5. It's not really my biggest concern right now. But yeah, he is on Vermilion. He has this horrible feather, but he also, it's so weird, like literally the same thing as Wanderer. He has an insane feather. Like it's not as good as the one on Wanderer, but it's up there, like 17.5 crit rate again with 5.4 crit damage and 5 attack, which is nuts. A whatever sands, a whatever goblet, and an okay circlet. He is C0 and he is at 979. I mained him for a while after his first banner, like during the first like lantern, right? Just because at that time him, Ganyu, and Hu Tao were just killing the game at that point. I have played him a little bit more recently. I'm honestly just waiting to get Farzan C6. I don't have her C6, and playing non C6 Farzan like sucks so much. I don't recommend it at all. So yeah, next is Shenhe. I really like Shenhe too. I think I got her at her first rerun, and I am so glad I did, because she is currently like, she broke the record for the longest character without a rerun. So I am very glad I have her. She powers up my Writhe Sleep very, very well. Love that. She is just on a Fab Lance just because I like the energy recharge. And then she's just on a 2-piece emblem, 2-piece attack for energy and attack percent. So these are her artifacts. Constellation 0, and these are her talents. Next is Ganyu. I mained Ganyu for a very, very long time. I mained Ganyu and Hu Tao for a very long time. Like, she was one of those characters where I was definitely like influenced by like the whole like meta talk and stuff like that. And I did like her character. I feel like I grew less fond of her over time and her character, just because like, I don't know, I just definitely got bored of her after a while. But she has 2.3 attack, 80 EM, 73 crit rate, and 156 crit damage, and she has an R4 ammo spell, which I forget I have, which is kind of crazy. She has kind of like a leftover Wanderers troop. She used to have a really good Wanderers troop, but that is now on Tignati because I play him way more than her. So sorry, Ganyu. She still has this really good feather. So yeah, literally these two are literally like 10-20 like value pieces, which is really good. This is not that good. It's okay, but it could be better. Not that good. Like I said, don't have the greatest cryo goblets, and then in passable circlet, I guess. She is C0. Considered getting her C1 a long time ago. I'm glad I didn't, because I don't play her anymore. She does have her charge shot crown. That's how much I played her, honestly. Next is Ayaka. So I did get Ayaka during the 2.0 banner, and she has 1.8 attack, 1.8k attack. She has 42 crit rate and 256 crit damage with 120 AR. She has Mist Splitter. I got her signature. and she is running Blizzard Destroyer. I have not touched this build in a while, so I don't think she has like the best artifacts on right now. Well, she does. This is good. This is also, it was okay. It's okay. I mean, it's okay because it has a lot of crit damage and, you know, Blizzard Destroyer. Onset, it's not that good, but it's okay. And then an okay circlet, pretty good. She is C0 and she is at 9, 8, 10 because I did play her a lot during the 2.0 era-ish. Next is Cyno. So Cyno is a very, very conflicting character for me because I did get him. I very much invested a lot into him. However, his gameplay issues, after a while, like I just kind of had to take a break from him because like it was just too much for me. I love electric characters. I love him. I love his design so much. I have his signature, like, and we'll get into all that later, like right now in a bit, but he has 1.4 attack, 283 EM, and his crit rate or his crit value is 86 to 213 with a little bit of recharge. So he does have his signature, and I just switched him on Gilded. Before he was on Thundering Fury, but Kaching kind of like stole that for right now, and this is his artifacts right now. It's not my best. It's not my best. Before he had, we'll see right now when we get to Kaching, like Cyno had like a really, really good like cracked artifacts with that, but he's kind of just on this Gilded just because I want to try him on Gilded. But he is C3. I did kind of well, I pretty much did well for him just because I loved his animations, his attacks. And he was also like one of the first tan characters that like Genshin released, if you want to call it that. They obviously don't. If we see their track record, they don't release that many tan characters. So I was like, girl, I need to wail for him because I gotta support my tan king for real. So yeah, he is at 3, 8, 10, technically 13. So yeah, that is my Cyno. Next is Raiden Shogun. She is not on the usual build that she's on right now. She is on an Hyper Bloom bot right now build with just a crap ton of EM. I might like pull up the usual build that she's on like on screen right now. But she usually has like a full emblem, just like DPS build, because she is C3. I did well for her as well. I remember saving for her, heavily saving for her, and I got her to C3. Luckily, I think I wailed a little bit for her too. And technically I do have her signature weapon. Xiangling is just on it. You can't escape Xiangling. Next is Kaching. I ended up building her because I lost my 50-50 for Chlorand to Kaching, and I was just like, you know what, like me coping, I was like, you know what, she's an electric character, like let me just build her. Like it's the same thing, like what do you mean? I got an electric character on Chlorand's banner, like an electro sword female. Like what do you mean? I got Chlorand, this is my Chlorand. So I like ended up building her like out of coping. But I do like her. I do like her with Dendro. She is on Jade Cutter, and she has Cyno's old artifacts. Really, really good flower. Really, really good feather. An okay sands. An okay goblet. And an okay circlet. It's actually a good circlet, I will say. It's a good circlet. She is C6. After 4 years of playing, I did get her C6 a while ago from all the 50-50s that I've lost. So yeah, and she's at 8, 11, 11. And then these are her stats again. Alhaitham. So I love Alhaitham too. I mained him for a very, very long time as well. He's 1.2 attack, 357 EM, and his crit ratio is 63 to 36 with a little bit of energy recharge. And he is on Lo-Fi, his signature. It just looks so good on him. Like, look at it. Look at it. See, this is how they get me. This is how they get me. Hoyoverse love to see me come in because I will pull for the weapon. It just has to match. He is on Gilded. This is his flower. He used to have Yai's artifacts, and then I see Sixter, and then she grabbed all of the really good Gilded artifacts. So they're kind of just all fighting for like the best Gilded pieces. This is an offset feather, which is kind of weird. I forgot he had that. EM Sands, crit rate, crit damage. Also, I have really bad Dendro Goblets as well. So this is his Dendro Goblet, and this is his Circlet. He is C0 and 10-10-9. So yeah, I played him a lot. He's really fun. But this kind of goes into the next character. So I pulled for Alhaitham, but I skipped Nahida. I skipped Nahida for Alhaitham, which was probably the worst decision I could have ever made, because I played Alhaitham without Nahida for a while. It was, I mean, obviously it was playable, but it wasn't that fun. And then I got Nahida, and it was just, I was mad. I was mad how good Nahida was with Alhaitham and with any Dendro character or Dendro team in general. Like, it's just not fair. And it's like one of those things where like I didn't have Nahida, so I kind of just went kind of crazy and I got her C2 because I was like, in no way am I missing out on any type of Nahida ever again. So yeah, I got Nahida and I got her signature weapon and C2. And I will say, like, C2 Nahida puts the game on easy mode. So that's the only thing I kind of regret. So I will say, like, if you do play a lot of Dendro teams, like C2 Nahida is crazy good. She doesn't leave any of my Dendro teams. So she has 1.3k attack, 939 EM, a little bit of crit rate and crit damage, and around 150 ER. And then she does have her weapon. I kind of regret pulling for this, honestly. I pulled it, what did I pull it for? I pulled it when she was running alongside Xian Yun. So I pulled for Xian Yun, and then I pulled for Nahida's weapon just because I was like, why not? And I kind of regret it. It does match her. It does match her, and that's what I love about it. But in terms of like the stats, I know it's very well known that her weapon isn't that good. It's not like that big of an improvement as like you would think it is. So this is her flower, her feather, her sands, her goblet, and her circlet. And like I said, I got her C2 on her rerun, and then her talents are 3, 10, 9. So yeah, that's my Nahida. And actually, I'll skip Tignati right now and I'll go to Nilou, because the only reason why I got Nilou is because I have C2 Nahida, because I was kind of like reading into it and saw that Nilou is just really good with C2 Nahida, and they didn't lie. I don't regret pulling Nilou. I really like her, and I really like Bloom and her playstyle, which for the longest time I did not think I would like Bloom or Nilou or all of that. And then I got her and I was like, I really enjoy this. So yeah, she has 71k HP, 142 EM. And she does have Key of Kashni suit. So I have 2-piece for Cautious Glow and 2-piece Tenacity. And then it's just a regular, just full send on HP. So like 19%, 18%, and just like a little bit of EM. So yeah, that's my Nilou. C0, obviously, and then 266. Her talents don't really do anything, so that's why I kind of left them a little bit low. So now we can go back to Tignati. So I did not like Tignati for the longest time ever. Was not the biggest fan of him. I wasn't gagging over him. I did not like his design that much, but he definitely grew on me, especially after I lost the 50-50 to him so many times. I think the reason why I like him so much is because he works so well with Yai. Like, I'll play Tignati and Yai together for most of the teams that they have. So that's why I ended up getting his signature weapon on the Chronicle Witch banner. That was the weirdest banner ever. So I do have him on Wanderers. I don't think he has, his stats should be, maybe it is this one. Maybe I'm going crazy. I think it is this one. Yes, because I remember that the crit damage is 200 flat. So this is the build that I usually run on him. It's 72 to 200 crit damage with a little bit of ER. He is C3, so I lost the 50-50 to him 3 times, and then I got his C3 through the, when you, like for 5.0, when you had to invite the 5-star character. He is at 9 to 7 technically. Ayato is definitely a character that I regret pulling for. I wasn't forced to pull on him. Me and my friend that I was once friends with like pulled on his banner together because they really liked Ayato, and I just like pulled him with them because I was like, okay, sure, I'll pull it with you. But now I'm no longer friends with that person. Whenever I see Ayato, it kind of just reminds me of that person, because I would have not had pulled for Ayato if it wasn't because of that. So yeah, I kind of had some beef with Ayato. He's not my favorite character, but yeah, I still have him built. He's 73 to 222 crit damage, no ER, with 1.7 attack. He has a R5 black sword, and he has a 4-piece echoes. These are his stats. Oh my god, I did not realize I had that. That's a really good feather. This is his sands, really good sands, pretty good goblet, and this is his circlet. He is C0, obviously, would not pull for any of its constellations, and he's at 8, 10, 8. So even though I didn't like him, when I was playing him, like when I first got him, I did like really, I was coping. I was like, why is his skill not doing enough damage? I think it's because it's not crowned, and I crowned it and his damage was still bad. So yeah, I was convinced. I convinced myself. I was like, if I crown his skill, it's gonna make him do damage. So yeah, honestly, like I don't like hate him or anything. Like obviously I know a lot of people like Ayato. He's okay. I just think I have bad associations with him with other stuff. So he's just not for me, unfortunately. Kokomi. I love Kokomi. I got Kokomi on her first banner back in Inazuma with Raiden, and literally back when she was quote unquote like bad or whatever. She has 26 HP and 785 elemental mastery. I built her on EM to play in Nilu teams. I used to not play Kokomi that much just because I couldn't slot her into a lot of places, but she literally works perfectly in Nilu teams, which I love. And she's just at 8, 8, 8. Next is Dehya. Love her. She's just like literally just a badass. Like look at her. So she has 38k attack or HP, 1.6 attack, and 187 EM. And her ratio is 60 to 169 crit damage with 142 ER. I don't really know what I play her in. She's just kind of built, but she doesn't have like a specific, she's just built generally, because I don't really know what teams to like slot her into, but I do love her. She ended up getting Verdict, which looks really, really cool on her. At first I was sad that I lost to Verdict, but then I realized that it looks so cool on her. So I have her on Verdict, and she's just on a regular like emblem team for like a burst support. I usually play her honestly in like Overloaded with Chevrus. And then this is her flower, feather, sands. I do not know why I have this. Her build is all messed up. I'll have to rebuild her soon, but yeah, that is Dehya. She is C2. Honestly, if somebody knows like what to do with Dehya, like how to build her, I do have her C2, and she's really like well invested. I just like, if anybody knows what to do with her, like please just let me know, because I do want to use her. I just don't know where. So yeah, she's just 186 right now. I do want to build her out a little bit more. I did want to get her weapon on the Chronicled Wish, but I ended up choosing to get Hunter's Path for Tignari. So next is Yoimiya. So Yoimiya is an interesting case because I kind of pulled for her because I was bored. I pulled for her. When did I pull her for? Pull her on. I pulled her on one of the banners. I already had the character on the other banner. None of the other banners like really interested me, so I was like, sure, I'll get Yoimiya. She's cool. I do love her design. I love the firework like motifs. She's just kind of hard to play for me, at least sometimes. She has 2.3k attack, and then her crit ratio is 86 to 229 with 106 energy recharge. And like I said before, I have an R2 Thundering Pulse. The first time I pulled for Yoimiya, I got her signature weapon too. I don't really know why, but I just thought it looked so cool. Honestly, Thundering Pulse is probably one of my favorite weapons in Genshin Impact just because of its design, like design wise. Like it's just a sick weapon. I love it. But that's why I kind of pulled for it. And then the second time I got the other Thundering Pulse was because I was wishing on another banner. I can't remember what banner it was, but yeah. And then let me go through her artifacts really quick. This is her flower, her feather, her timepiece. This is a really good on-set pyro goblet. Like I still remember when I rolled this, I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, that is really good. And then a really good circlet as well. She is C0 at 883. Next, oh my god, I cannot get into this because Hu Tao is probably, let me let her finish. Okay, are you done? Sorry, love you, Hu Tao. I think that Hu Tao is like also up there in like one of my favorite characters. I have stayed faithful to her. I love her because she has blessed me actually, because when I pulled for her, I pulled one copy of her and then I pulled for her C1, and it was the first and only time I had ever gotten 2 5-stars in a single 10 pull, and they were both Hu Tao. So I got her C1 and her C2. And she also has probably one of the craziest builds on my account as well. Her artifacts are extremely good value in terms of like offensive stats. Let me stop her really quick. So she has 34k HP and just 1k attack, and she has 74.6 crit rate and 271.9 crit damage with 0 energy recharge. She has an R2 Staff of Homa, and let's get into these artifacts. Let's get into it because you'll see right now, she's probably one of my best built characters on my account. So this is probably the worst piece that she has, which is crazy because it's a flower. Maybe I'll get a better one soon, but I couldn't be bothered. So 7.4 crit rate to 20 crit damage. This is her flower. It's just a regular 10-20 piece with a little bit of HP. And this timepiece is crazy. Let me calculate that really quick. That's just like, yeah, it's 45 crit value on this. It's probably my best HP sans. And also, this is also really good. Onset, 19 crit damage, 7 crit rate, and she has the best circlet on my account. It's an onset crit rate with 39.6 crit damage with HP on it. So yeah, my Hu Tao is probably one of my best built characters also. I've always had her C2, and she has cleared every single abyss. Like every single abyss, I've never had an issue clearing the chambers with her. I literally choose her every single time to clear abyss. So she has blessed me, so I need to bless her and stay faithful to her, period. Next is Kaya. Love Kaya. He does not have the greatest build right now. I think he's just on like a weird build right now. I need to build him again. I think some other people stole his artifacts. I have C6 on him. I grinded for these. Like I bought them out of the Star Glitter shop. I tried to pull and get him like on the standard banner when I had those wishes to get him sometimes. And he's at 6, 12, and 13. And these are his stats. Next is my Kogi Shinobu. She is just on a regular Hyper Bloom build, and she has a little bit of HP too. Wait. What the? She is on Raiden's build. No wonder. I was like, what is she on right now? Hold on, let me change these artifacts back really quick. There we go. I fixed her build. So she has 991 elemental mastery, a little bit of energy recharge on R3's Zyphos Moonlight, just on a regular Hyper Bloom build. If you want to see her artifacts. C6 and 211, 5. Next is Fischl. Fischl is very strong. She's just one of those like 1.0 characters that are just so broken, especially in aggravate teams. I usually pair her with the Miko. Crit rate 70, crit damage 216. She is on my second Aqua Simulacra, and she is on Golden Troop, and these are her artifacts. She is at C6 and her talents are 7, 12, and 9. Next is my Beto. I'm gonna skim through this because I know for a fact she's not on the greatest build right now. She's just on a Wolf's Gravestone. I don't use her that much. She was my very first main on this account. Like, she was my ride or die. She was my favorite character for the longest time ever. She still is. I just don't know where to slot her in on a lot of teams. So I don't play her that much. So she's just 7 or 6, 11, and 12. C6, and these are her artifacts. Next is my Xingqiu. So he's just like on a really good emblem set with sacrificial sword, just regular Xingqiu stuff. 69 to 128, and then 217 recharge, and R5 sack sword. And then these are his artifacts. C6 with 1, 10, and 13. Next is Chevreuse. She has the dialogues of the Desert Sages. I put her on Cinder City just for the 12% elemental damage bonus. I like running it on her because I honestly don't know what else I would put. This works really well on her in aggravate teams. I wish I had more. I want C6. One day I will get it, but I snagged it on Raiden's and Kenichi's banner. I just snagged one. It was so lucky. Like, I just did like 3 wishes and I got it. So yeah, this is her build. This is my Bennett build, a regular schmegular Bennett. Aquila for the high base attack. He has no bless, just regular support build, you know. Constellation 6, I just did it. Like, I don't really care. For the longest time, I didn't have it. For a couple years, I didn't have it. And then 4, 10, and a crown burst. Next is Xiangling. I did not have her built for the longest time ever, and then I did build her. Now I can't escape her. Yeah, so this is her build. Staff of Homa, and then emblem. She has a really good pirate goblet. And then this is a really good flower. Pretty good, really good feather. And OK Sands. And then this is her circlet, which is really good too. C6, obviously, and 1, 5, 12 for her talents. I think that's pretty much it, honestly. Like, I guess, like, what other noteworthy thing do I have on my account? Those are pretty much all the characters that I have, like, really built. I never fully built Venti. Well, he is built. He is definitely built. I just never fully leveled him up to 90. He usually has elegy or stringless on him, just regular EM build on him. C0, 268. Jean is also built for like Farina teams, so Favonius, Iridescent, and she is also C6. I forgot she was C6 too. Yeah, so 7, 10, 11. And then Eula, she also is not that built. I kind of stopped building her after a while because RIP physical. And then Mona, I don't use Mona that much. She's also C6. This is her build if you want to see it. She's really not that built. Just a crap ton of ER, obviously. And then I used Heizu for a while. I'm dead. He does not have any artifacts. Because I got him C6 and I really liked his playstyle, so I played him for a while. I also love Rosaria. I just need to get more artifacts for her because I did not have that many for her, and she kind of like stole a lot of artifacts from Kaya. Like, they share artifacts. And then recently I got Auroron, put him on Elegy, and then Cinder City. I don't have any constellations on him because I literally did like 2 pulls and then realized that I didn't want Linny, but I did end up getting Auroron, which is good because I did want to try him out. He's pretty cool. I like his exploration talent. And Kujosara, I just have C6 for hyper carry Raiden. Yall is built for my Nilu teams. Kirara she's built, I just don't really know where to slot her into. I've tried her on Nilu teams, it's okay. Yunjin, I don't have like these characters built that much. Like, yeah, he's not that built. But like I said, like I don't really play Geo characters. Faruzan, I need her C6. Like I've been slowly getting her constellations and I'm just waiting for that last C6 so I can properly play her, because the whole like using her skill and then doing the charge shot is just not for me. And then yeah, that's pretty much all the other characters like that I have built. That's probably the last character that I have semi-built. The last thing that I did not include was, I think a lot of you are probably interested in how much I've spent on the game over these years, and I have never actually counted how much I've spent on Genshin Impact, because I've spent in increments. Like there are times where like I don't spend any money for a very long time, and then I kind of just like spend a lot, or I like buy the Welkin, or I buy the battle pass. So I have no idea. If I had to guess, it would probably be around 3 to 4K, honestly. And that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. It is very stupid to spend that much money on the game. However, it would be obviously not all at once. Like I'd buy like a top up. So yeah, I would say I like am not rich or anything by any means. I was a very, very broke college student. While playing Genshin these last 4 years, I started playing Genshin when I started college, and I just graduated recently after 4 years of college. And yeah, I played Genshin through all of it, and I by no means had excessive like dispensable money, but I did thoroughly enjoy the game, and it's what I like to do, and so that's why I decided to spend so much money on the game. But yeah, I would highly recommend to other people to not fall into gacha addiction, because it is a real thing. It is a very, very real thing. So yeah, if you liked my video and you are excited for the upcoming banners, Nouvellette and Zhongli, or the upcoming patch in 5.3 with Mavuika and Sitlali, please let me know. And thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked my very first YouTube video ever, and consider subscribing. And if you liked the video or if you didn't like it, please let me know. Thank you. Peace.